Hello, this will be a channeled message for you for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much, and I am so proud of you. Very interesting energy I'm getting today. It feels a little bit murky, if I'm being honest, and I see you showing up as the hermit, holding this lantern, shining a light on all of it and moving through it. I get really beautiful guidance from Spirit here, and I feel like we are so supported in this and getting some really beautiful outcomes. There is a whole new emotional beginning here with the Ace of Cups, so it is very beautiful what's happening, and it's exciting because there's this like mystery element to all of it, and I want to see where it's all going to go. I feel that there's been this grand cycle of letting go that has been taking place for some time now. And it doesn't always feel straightforward and linear. Sometimes we are letting go, reintegrating, moving forward into the new, all at the same time. So it can feel a little bit messy at times, and we got to be kind to ourselves, right? Like, you guys are doing amazing. You've been so brave to continue to let go of the old and usher in this new era of your life. And the best way I can explain what has been happening recently is that I feel, with what I'm seeing here, you know how you're playing a video game and you move through an earlier level, and then later on in the game you unlock some new perk or ability, and then you can choose to go back to that earlier level, and it's like completely different because you've like leveled up. You're this like new version of self. That's what I get from you right now, because I feel like in the past there has been a descent into the underworld. There has been a catabasis of sorts, and you have literally walked through these shadow aspects on foot and made it to the other side, very much so. And if this reading found you, you may identify as a bit of a spiritual warrior, somebody who's willing to shine a light on these parts of ourselves and look at shadow aspects and go to places that other people don't necessarily want to go, and explore the collective unconscious that is there for us to look at, right? You may identify as somebody who's very willing and able to do that. And what I get is that you are this new version of self that has unlocked a UFO or something like that. And you're periodically going back into the underworld with your like hovercraft, and you have this high beam set of headlights or something, so you're able to fully like see things that you couldn't see before. You have the mental freedom to be able to process things and go even deeper and shine these headlights on this part of the underworld that you've already walked through. But you're looking around like, man, it's like, it's greasy in here, and you're able to go deeper and deeper and get more information as you continue to grow. Like, there's a reason for this. It's not just for fun. It's so that you can transmute unconscious energies into something greater, into something we are aware of, and we can alchemize into a version of self that then becomes more whole as we become more aware of all of these aspects, right? And I feel like recently there's some kind of information through your mental, emotional development and a new way of seeing your physical situation. Information that has maybe left you a little bit shook or has been kind of hard to process. I get that from the Page of Swords on the feminine side of the spread, the Page of Swords in reverse. This information might feel like a little bit alien or something that you might read in a fiction book. It may be a lot to process. So the first thing I want to say is it's okay, and this too shall pass, and just give yourself all the time that you need to process all of this. And I see you organically letting go of things that maybe we've been holding on to within the context of our physical situation. And this can result in job changes, you know, like stepping more in line with our purpose, something that feels emotionally good. Now that we have this level of conscious awareness and we've received this information, what are we actually going to do with this information? You may be finding it a little bit hard to express this to people, like find the words to share it. As the Hermit, you are somebody who wants to lead people and assist other people in their growth by showing them what you have found, because you've done all of this hard work to uncover this information. So we do want to share it. It's just a matter of how we're going to do that. And I see your entire worldview, the way that you see your physical reality, changing, because I get the 10 of Pentacles in reverse as a shadow aspect. Like, you are going to be becoming more and more consciously aware of the fact that life is not the same. Your external reality has changed because you see it differently, and you've grown. You're a new version of self, and there's a reality that wants to welcome you in. Like, there's a reality that is compatible with your new version of self. And I feel like what you're going to be doing is letting go of an old identity. And there is always going to be respect for what we've been through, and we're always going to remember these hard lessons. We are going to remember where we've come from. But I see you becoming really willing and motivated to let go of an old identity that acts from a wounded place, not identifying as somebody who is carrying some kind of baggage or has shadow aspects, more identifying as somebody who is more whole, somebody who has transmuted these things, somebody who is willing to create new experiences and new circumstances. I get the 9 of Wands in reverse and the Tower in reverse, clarifying this 10 of Pentacles. So there's a Tower moment internally that wants to happen. And I see you guys from a place of power and unconditional love for self saying, like, I am willing to let this internal change happen. I am willing to no longer act from a place of feeling wounded and feeling like I have to defend myself, because I am in the Ace of Cups. This is my new life now. And I identify as somebody who is living the Ace of Cups life. I'm creating a better life for myself. I am fully in my power. That's a new identity that you guys are stepping into. And all of this is happening on a deeply internal level, changing the way that you see your external reality. And then it's like there's a modification of the behavior because you're acting from this new place. You're acting from a place of fresh energy and an identity that feels much more congruent with your authentic self and your pure soul self. Your actual, like your higher self. You're acting from a place where you're aligned with your higher self through a willingness to let go of the old identity. And this may result in like a change of job or something, letting go of a side hustle or letting go of something that was making you money, because you actually favor the emotional stability instead, and you're willing to prioritize your emotional well-being. And there's an understanding that if you listen to your emotions and what they're trying to tell you, you will be led to a place where you can actually get more stability and continue to create better circumstances for yourself. What I keep hearing is you're ready, you're ready, you're ready. Like there's something that has slowly been building up, that we've slowly been becoming more and more aware of, even so subtly. And if this is, which there's most likely these traumas and stuff involved here, it can act in a way that is so subtle. And now it's come to the point where there's this revelation energy. Something has fully been revealed and it's causing you to let something go. I feel that your entire relationship with money has been changing in a really deep way here, because there is trust in the flow. There's trust in your higher self and your ability to make things work for yourself. There's an identity here that can make their own way, make their own decisions, and create circumstances for themselves that are unique and haven't been done before. I'm getting the word ingenuity. Like, you guys are at the forefront of something. It's like you're a pioneer or something. You're doing things in a way that other people don't necessarily understand. But through you trusting the process, your entire relationship with money has changed, and there's healthy detachment here. There's no longer a need to hold on tightly. And what you might be finding is that there is more flow and movement in your life. It might just be like a little bit difficult to process this information. So give yourself so much love at this time, because you're doing amazing. And I get Chiron on the bottom of the deck here, the wounded healer. So there's something about the medicine here. Like I was saying, you're ready. Like, Chiron is the old traumas and the wounds being transmuted, and this is your gift now, is to show people that you can be a new version of self. You can shed that skin. It's possible. That's what you're going to be showing people. Guys, like, I know, I understand. It's challenging. I feel you, I see you, and I understand. And this is you speaking, by the way, not me, but this is you saying, like, yo, I'm not invalidating what you've been through, but trust me, like, we can heal, we can move forward, and we can choose to live the life that we want to live through a willingness to go through the process. And show love to self is what I'm getting. Yin energy flying straight out, so really feminine energy here, and I feel like you're going to be receiving emotional opportunities. This isn't something that you need to chase or pursue or force. And there will be action required. We all have masculine and feminine polarities. And when you're inspired to take action and you're inspired to move forward, and you know intuitively, because the yin energy is very intuitive, when you get that inner voice telling you, urging you, take action, this is your time, this is your window of opportunity, that's when you can take action. But we need to be listening first and foremost. That's what I get. We're very much being encouraged to listen to that inner voice and take that extra 5 minutes before you take action on something or feel like it's not the right time. If you feel like you're in an energy of forcing, 12:21 on the clock as I was saying that, like, something about the internal and the external reflection and a massive cycle that's being closed out here. If you feel like you're kind of in that energy of forcing, just take that extra minute to sit with yourself, start some kind of deep breathing, and get into that mode of listening, and you will know that will be your confirmation. There's some kind of feminine confirmation that you're going to be receiving and unlocking a deeper sense of intuition. And this intuitive version of yourself is the new version. It's the new identity. Like, I am somebody who acts intuitively. I am somebody who is connected to that voice and somebody who is connected to my guides. I'm somebody who feels supported in life. And I get the Virgo underneath that, Virgo energy. So that's very much taking that information from the inside out and being able to apply it practically, because Virgo is a feminine sign. Earth is a feminine element. I get the element of earth underneath Virgo. So what you're doing with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse into the Ace of Cups being your current situation, letting go of an old way of creating stability for yourself and finding a new intuitive truth as you tap more into your center and being able to channel that yin energy. And through listening, taking that time to listen and identify more as a person who is an intuitive, it's actually incredibly practical. It's balanced, it's mutable, which leads, that's flexibility. That leads to flexibility, right? And an ability to create physical stability in your life, physical structures and routines and processes that are intuitive, right? There's a new foundation being built on your intuition. And I get Libra on the bottom of the deck. It's actually in reverse. So maybe there's a change to relationships here. I very much feel like relationships might be involved here, and there may be some kind of a choice that's being made. And it's going to feel like it flows because I get the trine energy coming out. Trine and Sagittarius on the bottom. Now, okay, things are getting really interesting now. So there's going to be a choice that is being made between something that flows and something that we feel like we're ready to let go of. Because the Nine of Wands, going back to this shadow aspect, corresponds to Sagittarius energy. So we are actively, like I was saying, becoming more consciously aware of where we have been identifying as somebody who is wounded, and we are choosing to let that go. I get Trine into Sagittarius. So we are very much moving in a new direction, and there may be new relationships involved here. Our gift at this time is the Lover's card, clarified by the Ten of Cups and the Magician. But let's talk about this Lover's card for a second. Obviously corresponds to Gemini, which is opposite Sagittarius. And see this little bow and arrow here on the shoulder, this little tattoo? So there is something here about Sagittarius, a trining energy, which flows into opportunities that create feelings of freedom, being able to explore, feeling optimistic. Like I was saying, tapping into that emotion and noticing when you feel optimistic and aligned, and actually choosing to take that path because it flows. And the Lovers is very much a card of making the choice. Choosing to live from the heart, choosing between some kind of relationship situation. There is a choice that's being made here. And I feel like what I'm hearing is spirits trying to make the choice very easy. That's what I'm getting, no joke. It's trying to make the choice very easy. So that Lover's card is clarified by the Magician and the Ten of Cups. So the first thing that comes to mind is act as if. Classic Abraham Hicks trope there. Act as if. So act from that place of the Ten of Cups and continue to prioritize your emotional well-being first and foremost, and use this new intuitive center that you are carving out for yourself to make decisions that bring you stability in the physical. Virgo energy is very practical. Like, don't be afraid to integrate new processes and systems and routines if that's what you feel called to do. If you just feel called to act freely and intuitively, that's totally fine too. But there's a new way to create stability in your life. And that's why this internal tower process really wants to happen, because there's a new foundation that is here for you now. And Spirit's saying, act as if that foundation is one of the Ten of Cups. It's your dream being fulfilled. Prioritize the emotions and stay in that vibration. Stay in that high vibration and feel grateful for everything that continues to come in for you. You know, look around and just feel grateful that you have running water. Feel grateful that you can have a shower. Feel grateful that you have a toaster and an oven. You know, these little things that often we take for granted when we get really into that movement of life, and there's a lot of energy happening and we're uncovering some deep truths that need to be processed here. Sometimes it's really good just to strip it back, really rest in the knowing that these things are going to work themselves out, and we're going to continue to process this information in a healthy way, and we're going to be able to move forward into this better life. So trust that it's all working itself out, and when things need to come up and be released, they will. But it's very much okay to strip things back to the basics and just being radically grateful for the things that you do have. Being radically grateful for the relationships that you do have in your life and the situation that you find yourself in, because it's allowing you the time and the opportunity to process all of this. It's actually been aligned so that you can move into this new version of life. And do this intentionally. Do this very mindfully with this Magician energy. It's very much like making the choice, like that Lover's card, making the choice to act from that frequency of Ten of Cups. And it's the power of noticing. It's the power of being mindful. when you fall out of that vibration, when you fall out of the vortex, and just saying with so much radical self-love and compassion, it's okay, I'm getting back on the horse and I'm going to choose to feel good again. I'm going to choose to identify not as somebody who is wounded, but I'm going to identify as somebody who is healed and who is creating their dream life. I'm really looking at this portal here on the Magician card. And keep in mind, these are two different decks, but I'm seeing these two portals on either side. So you are in a situation right now where you are an incredibly powerful spiritual being with a high ranking, is what I'm hearing. And this UFO hovercraft that has been gifted to you and is allowing you to traverse the underworld, not everybody can handle that level of responsibility. And you're somebody who can hold this lantern. You're somebody who can shine this light. And what you can choose to do is alchemize. And you can see this magician pulling all of this energy out of the portal. It's like you've identified that there's some kind of portal. There's some kind of rift in the space-time continuum or something. And it's like, yo, there's something in here that I need to pull out and transmute into love. There's some kind of black hole, shadowy aspect that I need to pull information out of, process, and bring conscious awareness into this space so that I can make the world a better place. That's what I'm getting. And whatever level that resonates for you, there's something about a portal, information that you have found on this safari ski trip into the underworld, which you are choosing to sit down, look at with no fear, and alchemize and create a better situation for yourself, a better physical structure, having no fear and letting go of some kind of physical safety mechanism that no longer serves you, because there's an identity here that has outgrown an old situation, and you are like, yo, this is my new life now. This is what I'm getting. Like, I'm a magician. I'm somebody who looks with no fear and who makes the choice to manifest. I have trust in the divine. I am the conduit between the higher and the lower realms. Like, I have the power. You guys are so empowered at this time. It's wild. now I'm starting to feel it. And what I'm getting, oh, yo, this is so crazy. So that murky energy that I was talking about at the start of the reading, gone. Like, clear skies now. Clear skies. And what I feel like what we're learning more about is actually something to do with anger, which is really interesting. Like, a need to defend in the past, Nine of Wands energy, and there's deep anger here that I feel like we haven't been consciously aware of. Like resentment or something, and this could be past life stuff. This is what I get with the Haunter on the bottom of the deck. So we're transmuting things that, like I said, I feel like I said this, it might feel a little bit alien with this Page of Swords. It might feel like something out of a fiction book, because it's actually some kind of past life ancestral healing that's being done here with the Haunter card. And there's anger being transmuted. Anger for wrongdoings in the past where we have been persecuted unfairly. Like, there's deep energy being transmuted, and there may be some kind of like past life regression or like a dreams. I feel like maybe really significant here as we like almost take that form on an astral level. Like, there's something happening in this underworld, in this space, places that we can't see and we don't have this conscious awareness. Like, there's energy being transformed, the Ditto card, like being transformed and transmuted. It has something to do with anger. And what I'm getting is that, like, through this lightning, like a lightening of your energy, you're able to like forgive and forget and move on in ways that like are incredibly profound. Like, you are a very highly ranked, powerful spiritual being. For real. You're able to transmute things that are really heavy, is what I want to say. Really heavy. And there's something about a window of opportunity here with this Grimer card. It confirms exactly what I'm saying, because it's this gunk. It's It's this negative toxic energy which has been weighing us down on a cellular level that has come from somewhere else. It's come from past lifetimes, 2442 on the clock as I'm saying that. And there's something about the right time. I feel like maybe the full moon coming up is going to be really significant. Or something about a quarter moon even, because I can see the moon up here being like cut in half. There's something about the moon cycle, and there's like a window where you're able to see this gunk. It's like out there in the open. It's all about your perception. Like I've been saying, there's this massive shift of perception because of information that's been revealed, which is allowing you to uncover some deep sense, emotion, some feeling of anger that's coming from a past life issue so that you can transmute it into the 10 of Cups frequency. Yo, this is crazy. This is like the craziest reading. This is so wild. You guys are like spiritual gangsters for real. I mean that. It's crazy. Just looking into this portal with no fear and going like, yep, that's what we do here. That's what we do here. That's what I'm getting. That's what we do here. Oh my goodness. You guys. This is wild. I'm so proud of you. You're amazing. Like, you're so strong. You're so brave. So I want to pull a card from this Shaman's Dream Oracle. And maybe we shut this thing down. I get, Eye of the Needle. Intentionality. What was I saying? Number 17 might be significant here. 17 is the 7th prime number. 7's actually the 4th prime number, so it's related to the number 4 and the number 7 too. You might be seeing a lot of 7s. Yeah, intentionality, the magician card, right? It's what it's all about. And what I'm seeing, Eye of the Needle, like there's, like I was saying, some kind of window here. Like you guys are threading the Eye of the Needle and doing something that feels a little bit precarious. And with this eyeball here, you're seeing things that like other people's, they might not be ready to see, is what I'm hearing. Like there may be a call to really sit with that voice, that intuitive voice. And maybe this is for you to process and for you to build some kind of new structure of reality for yourself. But I wouldn't be surprised, guys. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if there are people around you who don't necessarily understand this information or who are not ready to process this stuff. What I will say too is this deck does not hold back. So I just give you guys a heads up. Like, it's pretty loud, I will say. So this card says intentionality, clarity, positive outcomes. It says, if you look through the eye of a needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, remove every non-essential, so you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment. That's so interesting. The word shrewd was coming up for me a lot yesterday. It was so random. It's not like a word I would kind of really hear often, but this card says you need shrewd discernment. The willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. What's that word? W-I-N-N-O-W. Winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. Feel free to share with me what that word means. Oh my goodness. I don't even know that word. The willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The eye of the needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, to the work you need to accomplish, so you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. Yo, that card so perfectly sums all of this up. So let's leave it there, guys. Intentionality, magician energy, Virgo, right? So discerning and so able to see the details and lock in. Like, you guys are in the lab, you are locking in, and you are 100% creating an entirely new reality for yourself, which is aligned with your new identity. You are ready for this. So with that, let's totally leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for doing all of this work and for giving me the beautiful opportunity to deliver these readings, because you're an absolute spiritual gangster. You're a spiritual baddie, and I'm so honored to be able to do these readings for you. Thank you. And with that, thank you for sharing this space with me. And I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. I love you guys. Bye-bye.